Hello, and welcome back to the Snook Nook. This week, I sat down with Brooke Kern of Brooke Kern Interior Design. This was a very cool experience because we were able to conduct the interview in the middle of a beautiful mountaintop home, a project that Brooke has been working on for over a year. Enjoy! Hello, and welcome back to the Snook Nook. I am Simone Snook, realtor with Unicorn Realty at Fathom, and I am here today with Brooke Kern, the founder of Brooke Kern Interior Design. So thank you so much for joining me today, Brooke.
Thank you for having me here. I'm excited to share my business with you.
I'm so excited to learn more. Tell me a little bit about where you're from originally and how you made your way here to Asheville.
Sure. I'm from a town called Paducah, Kentucky. It's in the western part of Kentucky. And I made my way here via Nashville, Tennessee, which is where I obtained my degree in interior design. And I've been in Asheville for, I think, going on 14 years.
So tell me about your business, Brooke Kern Interior Design, and what inspired you to start it.
Sure. My business is an interior design business, and I focus primarily on residential interiors in the Western North Carolina area. I do mostly high-end custom new builds, but I also take on some smaller renovations, some single room furniture projects, and also some art curation. So there's a nice variety of projects that I work on.
That's wonderful. So I was going to ask you about some of your favorite projects you've worked on. We're actually sitting in one right now. So would you share a little bit about this home?
This is definitely one of my favorite projects I've worked on. I was lucky enough to work with some really talented architects, Harding Hubner Architecture, and they designed this beautiful modern home on the top of a mountain with gorgeous mountain views. I helped some with the interior finishes, but mostly with the furniture on this project. I furnished the entire house. So it was just a dream project to work with very talented architects and amazing clients who trusted our vision, and we worked with a lot of local artisans. So we have a lot of really nice custom features in this house that are locally made, and it all just came together really nicely. So here we are with a few of the works of some local artists that I was fortunate enough to work with. Here are some beautiful pottery pieces by local artisan Josh Kopis. And he's been around for years, is very talented and also a good friend of mine. And here, painting by local artist Grace Bomer, and she has a gallery in the River Arts District and is also obviously extremely talented. Working with local artists is really one of my very favorite parts of my job because I get to help curate these collections for my clients. And believe it or not, that we found this sort of towards the tail end of the project. And when we give you a tour of the surrounding space, you would think it would be the opposite because the painting was just made for this space, the palette and just everything about it.
So what are some of the other projects that you've really enjoyed working on?
A project that I'm working on right now that is kind of different than anything I've done is some really great clients contacted me recently to help me with, or have me help them with the finishing touches on their house. So they built a new house a couple years ago, and they had sort of, they had their furniture, the basic pieces that they needed, but they really needed help primarily with artwork. So that was really fun and has been. It's sort of a continuing project. And again, I've been able to work with a lot of great local artists to help them curate their art collection. So that's been really fun because primarily, like I mentioned earlier, I work on you know, these custom new builds from inception to completion, and sometimes those projects can take 2 years. You know, working alongside the architects all the way through to furnishings, and so that it's been nice to have just a little variety and just help someone, you know, bring beautiful works of art to their walls.
You also, of course, did your own home. So how was it? What was it
Yes.
like working on that as a professional, but also a member of your family?
Right. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. So
Yeah.
my husband, he's a project manager for a builder in town, Jade Mountain Builders. And we have been lucky enough to build 2 personal homes over the years. And it's definitely a different experience building your own house than helping design a house for someone else. And I wouldn't say it's better or worse, but definitely different because, like you said, you have like the whole family component and the kids. And my husband, who manages the projects, is also a former carpenter. So he was very hands-on in the process, which is awesome, but also very time consuming.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't take it back for the world. We loved building our home. I think we've kind of got our forever spot now. And my own personal style is a real eclectic mix. I love modern, I love antiques, and I love to kind of blend old with new. And so it's really fun to kind of curate your own personal style in a new house where you have so many possibilities.
So, what are some of the things you like to do outside of work?
Sure, I'd love to travel. I would say travel is one of my favorite passions. I just recently went to Amsterdam with a friend on a last-minute trip, and that was my first time to Amsterdam. And I find travel to be really inspiring for my work. So that's a real treat. I also love to get outside with my friends, my family, our dog. Um, my children are into sports, so that's a favorite pastime of ours, to go to the soccer games. So yeah.
What are some of your favorite spots in the Asheville area to go to?
Well, one of our favorite spots is our local pool.
Yay!
Yes, which Simone goes to.
Love that pool.
So we love going there in the summer. We also just have so many fun breweries, and we still love to go walk around downtown and kind of play tourists. We love to go to the little neighboring towns. Like the other day, we went to Black Mountain and just had a great time enjoying the beautiful spring weather. We love to be outside.
What's your favorite place in town to go looking for items?
Ooh, good question.
Thinking of more questions.
Yeah, that's great. I work very closely with Four Corners Home and Mobilia, which are 2 local spots. I really love to shop locally whenever possible, and I've just formed a great relationship with them over the years. Textura Rugs is my go-to for rugs. They're wonderful. Highly recommend them. They also have a spot in Greenville, if you're in the Greenville area. And then I love, like I said, I love antiques. So sometimes I just pop into Antique Tobacco Barn, and I can spend hours there. And yeah, those are kind of my go-tos.
Where can we find more about your business?
Well, you can find me at my website, which is brookekernid.com. And I've also got an Instagram page. My website is great. I have a good friend who helped me put that together recently. So I would definitely recommend checking that out.
Thank you so very much for joining me today, Brooke. It's been
No
wonderful
problem.
talking
It
with
was
you and learning
fun.
more about your business.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Take care.